Do AIs learn like we do? No. And I'm Dr. Mandy Myskins from Real Good AI, and let's talk about that. Now, when you and I say something or we learn something, we can take that knowledge and put it in different contexts. We understand what the words mean, what the concepts mean. They relate to things in other domains. For example, if I'm talking about a cow, you might know what a cow looks like, what a cow smells like, even maybe what a cow feels like. An AI has no concept of a cow other than the words that typically surround the word cow. So, just to give you an example of how this works, if I say the cow jumped over you would know the next word should be moon. This is completely nonsensical, right? Because cows and moons, that I haven't seen any cow astronauts lately, prove me wrong. This is a concept that we all understand because we've heard it many times. Now, you might have not even stopped to think about if that made sense or not. That's the way the AI is telling you facts. It's just that it's reminding you what it's seen before. So be careful when you're talking to an LLM because they might just say the words that make the most sense that don't always mean what you think they mean. I'm always so surprised when I talk to people and hear that they're using AI. I'm telling you, it's a secret. Now, of course, I don't mean that their content or anything that they've created, that they're just putting prompts into AI and copy pasting the responses or posting that directly. That's not what people generally tend to be doing. Some reasonable people are using AI to like edit scripts, to give ideas, to bounce off ideas, to brainstorm, to do some of these tasks that don't even actually make it into the final product in a meaningful way, but they're not telling anyone about it. And I think that that is totally wrong. We need to be citing our sources about how much AI is going into every bit of content that we're doing. And we need to have the language to talk about gradations of how much AI was used. For example, if an AI filter was put on top, that's one level of AI. But if the words coming out of my mouth were generated entirely by AI, you would want to know that too. And those things should not be equally weighted, nor if it's a deep pic of me talking about it, be the same. So, what we've created is this rating system that people can start to use that starts to talk about how much AI was used when that piece of content was created. This opens up that conversation so people can talk about the good ways that they've used AI in certain areas or talk about, where it goes in their content. We hope that you will join us and start using this rating system in everything that you do. Rate your stuff. Did you know that Real Good AI streams? We do on Twitch, twitch.tv/realgoodai every Thursday. Now, every other Thursday, it's a team stream, which is usually led by our in-house streamer, which is Myskirm, our board president, who is also my husband, but more importantly, the board president of Real Good AI. And so he'll be there. I'll be there a lot of the times, and some other members of the team will join. Additionally, every other week, we do really great interviews with artists, with nonprofits, with scientists, and we get to learn about something new, learn about a new person's career, but also we get to ask about the interaction of AI and that career. How is it helping? How is it hurting? We talk about it all. What you're doing with it, what you're not doing with it. We get to the bottom of it. All the while playing video games, something like Minecraft or Power Wash Simulator, something that'll keep you engaged but entertained. Hope you enjoy those streams and hope to see you there. So, Real Good AI streams on Thursdays.
Your toy robot gives me an idea. We can use AI to find a recipe.
Now, I'm so excited that Sesame Street is talking about AI because this is a topic we really need to get to kids early before it's too late. But this isn't it. This isn't it. And let's talk about why. I'm Dr. Mandy Meiskens, the executive director and PhD in AI research. So there are several mistakes I think that they make in this video that could have been corrected that would make it a lot better and more reachable for the kids. Now, first of all, my biggest complaint is that there's no guardrails presented when this new AI technology is presented to the children. Actually, the application they pick using it to help you brainstorm for cooking is kind of an innocuous one, right? So it's sort of harmless in that regard. It's not something that you need for to make big decisions. Although he does say that it could be used for big decisions, which is a little sketchy. But the point is that it helps them make a recipe for dinner. Maybe that's not so bad. And he's using it with the kids directly. So the parent is using it with the child. However, those things are not explicitly stated as guardrails. There's no implication that the AI could ever be wrong, only that we didn't give it the right information. And actually the only learning that comes in the video about the AI is how you should give the AI more information. Now, there is a limit to that, obviously. There's information that's extraneous, would just make the AI more confused, that a kid might not be able to sort through. But more harmfully, there's tons of information you don't actually want to be putting into these AI systems because once they're there forever, and a kid doesn't know that. There's no semblance of you could only use the AI when I'm with you, or that the AI could make mistakes and could make you make something really bad when you're cooking, or that the AI is actually using resources to do what it's asking when you're talking to it and asking it. There are all sorts of issues that could have been chosen to highlight, and they did not talk about those guardrails at all. And I think that that's a huge mistake because we really need to introduce kids to the good and the bad while they're getting exposed to the technology, or else they'll just latch onto it. And there, as we have seen in the news headlines, there's all sorts of issues of the AI becoming too friendly with humans, and especially with kids. It's very dangerous. So I had hoped that some of that warning might be in the video. Now, even if that warning wasn't there because they wanted to keep it positive, it just hit this video hit me really the wrong way because the technology was just wrong. They've used the AI more like Google, where you're doing like a search where they had the one search and it didn't do what they wanted, so they deleted it and redid the entire search. That's not really the way LLMs work at all. You can ask follow-up questions with LLMs. So instead of the recipe is too long, let's rewrite the whole prompt and re-explain the whole situation. Instead, one could have just said, make it a fast recipe to actually show how LLMs and how humans respond. It just doesn't feel very realistic. Secondly, when they're it's like implied that the AI is telling them step by step as they're cooking what to do next, which is just not a thing that exists yet. Maybe that was me reading into it a little bit too much, but it would give you just a list of instructions. There's no doing it as you're doing it. That technology does not currently exist. So it feels like we should accurately represent the technology so that kids get an accurate picture of what it might look like to use these tools. Because this is not a future problem. AI is going to be in their toys, be in their tools, be forced on them at school. So they're going to need from home, from parents, from Sesame Streets and other nonprofits, how to best interact with it. Now, Sesame Street, if you'd like to take another shot, we here at Real Good AI have a team of scientists. We would love to consult with you and help you make good decisions in the videos that reach the people. So thank you for listening. Sorry this was a long video. I really wanted to talk about this.